Welcome back to Daybreak. Let's hear from Amanda with our city update. Amanda?
Thank you, Alex. The Republican presidential hopefuls have been giving Pennsylvania lots of publicity just in time for state primaries on Saturday. On Tuesday. Last week, Santorum announced his resignation, and now GOP presidential candidate Mitt Romney dissed a local bakery. During a brief stop in PA at Bethel Park Community Center, Romney looked at a tray of 5 dozen cookies from iconic Bethel Bakery and said he wasn't sure about the cookies. They came from the local 7-Eleven. In response, the bakery ran a sale the next day titled Cookie Gate, where you could get 6 free cookies with the purchase of a dozen. And continuing with Alex's story on Mushi, the Paterno family isn't happy with Pittsburgh's legendary investigative journalist and his new book about the Sandusky child sex scandal. It was released Monday, and the Paterno family lawyer Wick Sollers said the book contradicts Joe Paterno's sworn testimony about not knowing anything about the 1998 allegation against Sandusky. Co-writer Bob Dvorak says him and Mushi stand by their story, and they want readers to make up their own minds. And the Pens will continue on in the playoffs. Last night's do-or-die series ended 10-3 against the Philadelphia Flyers. But the Flyers still lead the best-of-7 series at 3-1. This was the first playoff game when the Flyers scored first. In the first period, just about 3 minutes in, the Pens and Flyers were tied 2-2 during a 5-on-3 advantage when Timonen one time to pass. 46 seconds later, the Flyers would score their last goal of the game. The puck drops tomorrow at Consol Energy Center for Game 5 of the playoffs. That's all for your city update this week. Let's see what Alex has for us at the couch.
Thanks, Amanda. Go Pens, right? Sometimes getting a tattoo seems like a great idea, but reporter Courtney Joden reminds us what we need to consider once we permanently ink ourselves.
For quite some time, teens and adults choose to get them every year, but there are also some consequences that go hand in hand with getting a tattoo. Sure, people who choose to get tattoos think of them as a harmless art form, but to some employers they may be the obstacles preventing future employment. According to peoplepress.org, 36% of 18 to 25-year-olds have at least one tattoo. Although tattoos have been more acceptable in society today, they could potentially prevent people from landing that certain job in the future. Point Park University students talk about their own tattoos and their opinions.
I really wanted something that I can look to and remind myself in a positive light how to lead my life in a positive way. So it's a Christian-based tattoo, and I'm really happy with it.
I don't honestly think I will regret getting it in the future, only because it's on my back and I can cover it up for jobs, anything along those lines.
We also visited Wild Child Tattoo in Brookline, Pennsylvania, owned by tattoo artist Sarah Miller. We spoke to Tim Levdansky, an apprentice here at Wild Child, about a tattoo on his arm that he designed and drew himself.
It was actually a piece that I did back in college, which was like a few months ago actually. I drew it, illustrated it on the computer, and took my own artwork and transferred it into a tattoo that I wanted to get on my skin, just a memorabilia sake for my artwork and memories in college and all that fun stuff.
People who choose to get tattoos at times may not pay attention to how it may affect them in the long run, while some are satisfied with their decision. As for David Loy, a tattoo artist at Wild Child Tattoo, he has decided to start getting one of his tattoos removed.
It was a religious tattoo for my grandmother, but through time and through who did the tattoo, I was just unhappy with it. So I went through my first laser removal session. That's about 15 minutes worth of laser.
Although tattoos may seem like a good idea at the time, it is very important for young people to keep their career goals in mind when making the decision of getting a tattoo.
I think once I get a job where I know like my limits and what I can and cannot do, because some places, like especially since I want to do entertainment broadcasting, it's a lot more laid back, but I don't know. I don't want to not get a job, even though I think it's kind of silly, but you know, I don't want to get turned down over a tattoo. So
Thank you, Courtney. Alex, do you have any tattoos? Any ink?
I don't have any, but you never know. I got a year of college left. You never know.
I'm planning one, but not yet. They're kind of expensive. When we come back, we'll have Chris Hoffman with your weather update.
And later in the newscast, we'll show you some drinks that will help you beat the summer heat. Stay tuned.